Alright guys, welcome to this design tutorial, and today I'll be teaching you how I got this particular design, how I did this design. It was not easy, but I thank God for everything. So please, before we get straight to this design tutorial, I would like you to help me and do one thing. Please just like this video, drop a comment if you enjoyed the tutorial, drop a comment in the comment section that I enjoyed this tutorial, and also if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe, and also turn on the notification icon so that when I upload my next video, you'll be notified that I'll drop a new video, because I'll keep dropping videos and you will not want to miss it. So let's get straight to what we have here. So now I'll just paste the text. Let me just reduce this. I copy the text that was sent for me, so I'll just paste it. This is the text. So what I used to do when I paste my text like this, what I used to do is I'll just go to the layers and lock this. Why am I locking this? Because I will be duplicating this to pick the text. You see, I duplicate the first one, so and then I'll pick the first text I need from there is the heading. That's the name of the department. So I capitalize everything. Don't forget, if you want to capitalize automatically, just click on this. You see this T here? Just click on it, that capital T and small t. Once you click on it, if I want it to be small letter, just tap it, and you want it to be capital letter, just like that. So I reduce the size. Let me bring this down. So just bring it here. Then the font I used there was, this is Montserrat. So I'll go straight and go to my font. Then I'll pick Montserrat. So come to my recent. Normally I'm supposed to go to my font, but my recent font, Montserrat bold. You can see it there. Montserrat bold. Just tap on it. Okay. Then use relative position. This is relative position. Tap on it. Click on the center one to centralize it. You can see. So that is just it. Let me just reduce it to 14. So you just lock this. You see why I lock it? Because I don't want to be moving it again. It will not move anymore. So what's the next thing? Let's import the logos. So first of all, I import the logos. Mind you, the logo that was sent for me was not bright, so I have to use Pixellab. I believe you should have watched the video on how to enhance a picture. So I use the Pixellab to enhance the logo a little bit. This is it here. I use Pixellab. So at this point, this logo cannot come in like this. So I clicked on this. You see this circle here? I click on it. When you click on it, the shape will change. You can see it turns to circle. Before, it gives a kind of square shape, but now when you change, then I just hold onto this edge and adjust it, because I want to pick just only the white part of the logo. From the white part, I don't want the black part too. I just want from the white part. So depending on what you're doing, I just want from the white part. I'll just say okay. So I just pick this, and even as that, the logo was not still okay by me, so I did something. I went to color filters. This is color filters. So I click on it and I increase the brightness a little bit. You can see, I think I made it 40. Then that's just that. I reduce the size 6, then take it up. Then I don't joke with my table, like grid lines this here. You can call it table, you can call it the grid line. If you're a cameraman, you should know that. So I'm using the line to adjust this to make everything, because I want it to be centralized. I'm going to import the second logo. So this is the second logo. This one I do not have anything much to do. I just pick this like this, just crop it like this. You can see what I'm doing, just like that. Crop it. Then that's all. Just reduce the size. Then I use relative position, the middle one. Then increase this, take it up. You can see what I'm doing. So I will want it something like this. You can see I'm using the grid line to adjust this. Then you see, anything I'm doing, I'm locking it, because I don't want to make a mistake, and when I just try to use my hand around the screen, and one thing that I've arranged will just scatter. So this is what you should be doing. Be arranging your work, like be locking your work. So go to the so this is it. So just leave it like that. I'll bring this down. You can see what I'm doing. Then the next thing there, you can see soil science day. So that was the first thing I did in this design. Forget about. Okay, I added the present, but I will go with soil science day first. So you see, I just copy. Then the next thing I'm to pick is this part that says present soil science day. I'll just pick this, capitalize everything, then I will reduce it keep it one side, then like duplicate it. If you want to duplicate anything, once you click on this copy here, it will duplicate it. You can see. So I'll just open it. I remove this part and use present. So the present, I'll change the font. I use Futural. This Futural. This is it, Futural. That was what I used here. Then, so I'll just drop the present one side because I have to, let me just drop it one side here because I have to arrange the soil science day first. So I come here and I'll still duplicate this to pick soil science day. Please, I just pray this video should not take, although the video took my time while designing, this design took my time, sorry. The design took my time very well. So just increase this. Just increase it. Sorry. You can see what I'm doing. So this is the way it was. So let me change the font. I'll show you the font I used. See this grow bold, grow bold. This is the font I use, grow bold. Click on it. You can see, merely looking at it. So at first, like I just want to tell you one thing. This design is taking much time. At first, this was how the design was, but I discovered there was no balance. So I have to remove the day from the soil science and increase the day to make it big. And if you check the design, you see that day was big. So what you do, just use the relative position up this part, then take this up a little bit, just like this. Then what you do is to lock it, then duplicate it again. So the second one you duplicated, remove soil science and leave holiday. Then come back to this one here, remove, click on this edit icon here, remove the day. So it will now be left with soil science. So bring this day down. This hope you are seeing. Let me hide this first and arrange this. So you bring this day down and you increase it. You can see. Then you still make use of your relative position. Position it very well. So bring it down. So this is it. That was what I did. Oh, sorry. If I follow it like this, I will not be able to achieve. So I'll add the day back here. I'll add it back here. Because if I follow what I want to do now, I will not be able to handle that. So what I need to do first is to, you see that there are some, what I did here, all this effect I did on the soil science day is an effect that I need to add before separating the soil science from the day. So what I will do now is, the first thing there is to add texture. Now, you see, I picked this, go to my text layer. When I get to my text layer, you see here texture. Texture. Sorry, that's color. Look at texture close to color. So texture, click on texture, then click on this. When you click on that, by then you should have downloaded your texture. So I downloaded a brown texture. You can see the texture here. This was the texture I downloaded, this particular one. So I downloaded this texture to use for as background, but later I changed my mind to use it as the texture for the test. Then I just take this up here. You see what I'm doing, how I'm adding my texture. Then click OK. So this was how it was. So as it was like this, what I did was I added stroke. You can see this is stroke, like the outline. You see those white outline, this is stroke. So I added stroke. Then I increased the stroke to almost, I think, 20. So made the stroke white color. I see. So after making the stroke white color, line spacing, use line spacing, bring it down a little bit. Then I went to shadow. I added shadow. Now the shadow I added, normally it's black that is showing on the shadow aspect, but I did not use black. I use this color here. This is a kind of light pink. So I pick the color. Then come down. Remember opacity is 100, blur radius 10. Then come to Y, offset Y. Click the plus icon, make it 10. Sorry, make it 10. Then, but you can adjust it the way you want to, the way you feel like it should be. You understand? So after doing that, I went to inner shadow. The first one was shadow. The second one was inner shadow. So I enabled the inner shadow. So when I enable the inner shadow, still go to my offset Y and increase it. You can see. You see what's happening there. So when I increase it like this, I did what is called, I just okay it. This is just it. Remember, look at the number 5, offset Y 5. Take note of the numbers. So when I'm done with that, now I cannot separate the day. Because if you separate it at this point, any letter you put here will just, this effect will still be on it. So because I don't want to do it separately, that's how I did it while designing. So I'll then remove this from here. So I will now increase this day, just like I told you that I increase it. You can see it's giving that. Don't mind the color of this design. I'll teach you how I did the final touching. There's also called final touching. So let me, the size of this is too much. So I think this should be 100. Then it's a little spacing. Go to line spacing. You can see line spacing here. Click on it. At least. So reduce this a bit. Use your relative position. Now, if you watch, you see that the Y here is cutting, but the one here is not that cutting. So if you don't want this Y, use your let me show you padding. Look at padding here. If your text is cutting, you see this thing called padding. Use it. Just click on it. You see this left and right padding. So just click on the plus icon. You can see. You see how it is. Now it's okay. So you just. So I'll just take it up. So this is it. Then the next thing we'll just add the remaining things there. Then the next one say let's talk. Now I will not have any option than to use this. So now see the theme. Add the theme. That says let's talk sorry. So the font I use here is another font. Take note of the font I used. The font I use here is Big Noodle. The first this thing here. This Big Noodle. Sorry that the minute here is getting big, please. Sorry about that. So increase it. Now there's a shape there, so let me import that. Let me import that. Sorry that it's taking much time. This was how I cracked my brain. It was not easy designing this. It took my time. When I mean my time, I felt like sleeping and waking up. Sorry, that was how I felt. Like let me just sleep and wake up again. So this is it. See this? This was the one I used. This particular one here, just like this. So this is the red shape you are seeing there. So just reduce it. Use relative position. Position is at the middle, as you can see. Then change the color to red. Lock it, don't forget. Then this theme now is behind. So what I'll do, I will send it to front. You can see here, to front, to front. Once I click on it, you see it came to the front. So that is just it. Then let me reduce this shape a little bit. Centralize it. Then this, take this up. Then increase the size. Then I bold it. No, I think I did not do that. Okay, I did not. So I will remove it. I'll remove that. So just I click this to undo what I did. So take note of this. So I'll just adjust this to make sure everything is alright. Then you can see that okay, I use spacing here. You can see this is spacing. Just so you can see that there are two colors there. The theme is having yellow color, while the let's talk soy is having, let me use this, white color. So you just adjust it. So we have gotten that. You are still coming. You might be asking, why am I doing this? Before I work on my background, most times now, I used to arrange my test first before I start working on background, because background used to take time. So when I arrange my test, I will know what the background should look like and how to arrange it to make it look good, because this background took me a lot of time. So okay, so I've written that. The next thing is featuring. So there's it. I'll still duplicate this. Featuring, that's the next thing. So I'll remove this part. So featuring one, award presentation. Second thing there is symposium. The next thing there is quiz and spelling competition. The next thing there is music. You can see what I'm doing. I added this to separate it so that they won't be the same. So I capitalize everything just the same way. Reduce the size. This should be, I think, 14 or so. So change the font. The font I use should be Montserrat black. Bold, sorry, Montserrat. So this is it. I centralize it. Please take note of everything. Now you can see it was black and red. The featuring comes with a red color, while the others came with. So just take it down a little bit. So I've gotten that. The next thing is the down part is red, has a red shape. So this is what I did. Okay, bring it down here. You can see this is just it. Make sure this thing is. So bring it down here. So this was how I achieved that red down part. And it has a white stroke. Remember I told you about stroke before. Enable the stroke. Increase it to 10. I use 10 there. So I'll bring it down a little bit. When designing, make sure that your design is what we call balance. So the next thing there, I've added, okay, remaining the last test. I believe so. The last test is for inquiries, for sponsorship and inquiries. So this was, so for inquiries, call, I put this and I have to remove this. So take this out. So close this space here. It's from the person that sent the test to me. So capitalize everything. Oh, I've done what I'm not supposed to do, but nevertheless, we'll continue. I was supposed to copy it like to duplicate it, but I did not. So send it to front, it's behind. Reduce it, make sure it's straight. Bring it here. Then increase it. Which font did I use here? I think this should be Nexa. Let me check the font I used here. Okay, it's not Nexa, it's still Montserrat. Yeah, so I use Montserrat too. So just the same thing I told you. Make sure you are doing this. So the color, you can see the color is white, while the numbers are yellow, just like that. And make sure it's at the center of the red line. Make sure it's at the center. That's one thing you should know. This feature in the font is too big, so is it 3, 13? Okay, I think it's so 13. Now, since we have gotten this, oh, this, I said it, this will take a lot of time. We haven't even gone to the background aspect. So since I've gotten this, I'll just add the background now, which is white. You can see the difference now. Oh, something is missing. The departmental listing have not changed the color. That's why. So I have to change the color to black and red. I use red because the department, their logo is having red. If not, this was supposed to be a kind of green color design because it has to deal with soil. So you understand what I'm saying? So and the present is red. So I'll just import the thing I use for the present. The tag, it is called tag. So you can search for it on Google Chrome and you see it's a tag that I used. Where's that tag? Okay, this is it here. I downloaded it from Canva. So this is it. You can see how it's facing. So I was the one that turned it this way in order to use it that way. So bring this down here. So I just place it here. Then I took it behind the test. You can see. This is just what I did there. Then the same thing, lock it. Then now I edit you can see present is not that bold, like the size is small, so just increase the size until you get what you want. Oh, something is missing. I do not put this column. So that is just it. We can as well do some rotation. I rotate it to balance. So this is it. That's for the present. Then now we now work on the background. So I can now lock present. Then the background, this was the background I used, just a kind of white background. I also downloaded, just search for white texture background. This is it here. I click on this 1:1 here. this one ratio one here, you can see what it gives me. So with that, I can now increase. Then I use relative position to position it at the middle center. Then take it to back. To back is this here. To back, you can see how it was. So I could not leave it like this because it will be looking somehow to me. Anytime I used to blend my background or blend in my background, so I click on it. Then see opacity, reduce the opacity. You can see this is just it. Reduce the opacity to your own taste. But this one now is, oh sorry, let me, this, the opacity now is 25. So once you get that, what you just have to do is to import. You can see at this edge here, there is like, it's talking about soil, someone holding soil. You can see at this edge here. So I downloaded something like that too. So all you need, I will import it. So as you can see, this is it. I downloaded so many of them. So I just crop out this. So once you get this, place it this way. I see that was where it was. So just increase it. So this is it. Then all you just have to do is to send it to back. Don't forget to back, that is behind. Even it will be behind the normal, this is the background. So it has to come behind the background. So once it's like this, lock it. Then the next thing you should do is click on this shape here. Now, you see this place is test section, test layer to edit your test, and this is shape layer to edit your shape. So come to shape layer, and once you see something like this, click on shapes. You can see shapes here. Click on shapes. Once you click on shape, close the shape. Are you seeing what I'm doing? Then come down, take the opacity to 0. The next thing is to increase the stroke width. The next thing is to increase the stroke, the blur radius. Take note of everything I did. This is how you get some kind of shadow effect on Pixellab. So enable it. Then you can just adjust it. Place it here. Now when I place it here, I want to cover this sharp edge. You can see the image have sharp edges here and here. So I want to cover the sharp edge. Now for me to cover the sharp edge, the background, this thing, if I put black, it will not be nice. So I have to use the background, the primary color I use as the background. The primary color I use is white, don't forget that. So I'll change the color of the shadow, then choose white. Now I will send this to back. When I send it to back, then I'll click on my layers, go and send the image. I'll make sure the image is behind. Are you seeing? So what I'll do, I'll duplicate this shadow, repeat the same thing. I'll bring it here. See what I'm doing? I'll bring it here and still send it to back. Take note of what I'm doing, please. When I send it to back, it will go. When I send it to back, it will go behind the image. So I'll come back to my layer, click the image, send the image to back. I see. So at that point, this down part of this thing is taking time. That down part, the edge there is no longer showing. Then the same thing I will do at this part. I'll just duplicate this, then rotate it here. I see. So when I rotate it there, send it to back. Just repeat the same thing. Then still duplicate it again. I will make sure I did that until I will do that until the sharp edge is no longer there. Send it to back. Come here, take this to back. So I'll still duplicate it again. Then I'll rotate it this other way instead of straight, this other way. So send to back and still just the same thing. So this is it. We have gotten this design. So the next thing there is go back to shape. You can see those red circle. So this radius, if you click on here, it will show you circle, it will show you everything. But normally it's square that used to pop up. So if you just increase this to 100, the radius to 100, it will change to circle. So then you remove the opacity. I see. Then once you remove the opacity, then increase the stroke until you get the size you want. I think this should be the size I use. It should be 30. Yes, 30. So okay, it change the color. Once you click change the color, it will give you red. Then just take it this way. You can see what I'm doing. I took it this way. Then send to back. Click to back. To back. Let me send it to back. You can see to back. It's behind. This one is very behind. Then all you just have to do, come here, lock it this, then duplicate it. Don't send this one. This one, don't send this to back. This one, you leave it the way it is. Now the shape at the down part, the red shape at the down part, they're supposed to be shadow. The one you add this thing, because if you check the white line is not showing very well. So, but once you add shadow, this is the shape. This is the shape. This down one here. The shape is this down shape here. So just add shadow. Go there, just click shadow. Enable the shadow. You can see you are seeing it now. Then this shadow, click on this plus icon. Once you click on this plus icon to reduce the darkness of the shadow, you see this rotate this, move this to this edge, this side like this, within this place. So to give you what you want, depending on what you want. So but you have to reduce it to not be dark black. So you say okay, you can see the shadow is showing, but it's not as dark as the way it was before. You okay it, and that's all. They will just add what we call, because this is an anticipating design. So just say anticipate, put your three dots, it's three dots, then rotate it just like I did. Reduce the size. What was the size I used? I think 20. So here I used the font I use is Nexa. Sorry that this is taking much time, but I believe you are enjoying the video. Please don't forget to drop your comments. So this is Nexa. So that's the font I use. Please don't forget, do well. Then I change the color. Do well to drop your comment in the comment section. Change the color to red. In case you have any question, also ask. Then I just, that was not the, yes, 15. Then come to spacing. I increase the spacing, but this was too much. I think it should be 80. That is 80. You can see. Then take it to the edge. All this is because I want the design to be balanced. That was why I was doing this. Both the shape I added. So you will not just leave your design like that. You must make sure your design is balanced. Now it seems that this is not balanced, so I have to take it, bring it closer, as you can see. So then take anticipate up a bit. So please don't forget to like and also subscribe. So this is our design. Let me take this off. Now this is the design. As you can see, this is our design. So all you just have to do, we have to save it. But at the top where the logo is, I added a shape. Let me show you what I did to add a little small shape here. Just a little small shape. But the shape is no longer, it's not showing that much. That's why I don't bother talking about it. If you check in the design, you see that the shape. So take this to the front, take this to front. So you see that the shape is not showing in the design I did. So but I added a shape. So no need for the shape anymore. So this is it. You must make sure your design is balanced. So this was how I got that particular design you saw, and I believe with this you can make a kind of design like that. This is too much. With this, and make sure your design is balanced. This is a kind of centralized design. You can see everything is at the middle. Everything is at the middle. So this is it. Now all you just have to do, we have to save it. This is not the final design because we'll do a final touching. So you have to save this. Remember, make sure you have saved as project. I won't be saving this as project because I have it already. So I'll just save as image. Remember, JPEG, Ultra. Then once you save as Ultra, you can also save as PNG to give you a high quality. But we'll be saving as JPEG. Save as Ultra. We'll just allow this to save. So it has saved. Sorry for this art. Sorry, this is an ad. So okay, let me save as PNG. Save as PNG. Let's say PNG will give you a higher quality of the design. Now, the one you save, after saving it, this is for Pixellab. You have to do a final touching. Now we'll go to Snapseed. This is my Snapseed app. Go to Snapseed. Open the image, your design. Open your design. After you open your design, you see here it talks about looks, and you can see portrait. So all these things have their effect on this design. So we just click on pop. Look at pop here. This is pop. Click on pop. Once you click on it, you see that the design will have, you can see this thing have changed. Now look at the previous design. This is the previous design, and now this is the effect. So click on OK and go to tools. Once you go to tools, go to curves. Either you take it up, depending on the texture you need, or you take it down. So I'll just take it up a little bit. No, this is too much. Just a little bit. Okay, bring it down a little bit. So that is it. So you click here OK, and another tool you can use is details. Go to details. Let me show you where details is. Go to tools and details. You can see details. After details is curves. That is the second option. Details. Then your structure. Increase it to 25 is okay. In the previous videos, I believe you have seen this. Increase this to 25 is okay too. So This is how I got that design. So after working editing all this, all you just have to do is to save. Then you can see this is the previous work, and now this is, so this looks more sharp than your normal Pixellab design. So this is what you'll be doing on your designs to give it a good presentation and to make it look more bright than the previous Pixellab design. So you just need to click on export here. You can see export, click on export. Sorry, this design is taking much time. Export, then save, and that's all. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. So don't forget, do well to subscribe, do well to like, and do well to drop comments if you enjoy this design tutorial. Thank you and God bless you.